Hey everyone, how's it going? Well, hope it's better than mine. Hi. I literally just found out today, a week before the Colorado Springs Comic Con, that some point between the last time I um, checked the website or checked the Instagram and today, Gerry Conway, who I was so excited to meet at the Colorado Springs Comic Con, will not be able to attend. You have no idea how much this upsets me. I mean, he was coming to the Colorado Springs Comic Con in August of 2020. Guess what happened in 2020? No cons as a result because of stupid COVID. He wasn't at the con that I can go to because I don't have them. I live kind of like I live in Colorado. There's not many that are close to me. I'd have to drive a very long distance or fly, and I don't have the finances for that kind of thing. These guys who can go to Florida or Chicago and New York and all these places and afford to attend, good for them. I can't do that. But so then when you saw he was going to be at the Colorado Springs Comic Con this year, I was like, oh my God, yes, yes, yes. And then when I was and then over here, when like I said, I was showing my son the app or the place and all that, and I saw this, unable to attend. It's like, it broke my heart, I was like going, no. I mean, I literally shouted out no, like Luke Skywalker in New Hope when Ben got sliced through by Darth Vader. It was no. So with 7 days to go, exactly pretty much. That's just like, because it starts on Friday. It's like, what do I do? I said I needed a plan B. What do I do? So it's like going, well, hey Doug, how's it going? Well, no problem, no problem. I did enjoy it. I look forward to the second isolation whenever it comes out. Hopefully it's sooner rather than later, but I know how it is with you guys over there and doing things yourselves. So I look forward to it, and you definitely got me for at least the foreseeable future. So I look forward to reviewing that one as well. So anyway, back to what I was saying. So I was like, what do I do? And I mean, it's not like Gerry Conway was the only person. There are other people here. I mean, you could see you got people from the Clerks. You got actors from the Mandalorian show. You got Barry, how do we say his last name? You got Karen Walter, or got the guy who from the Hood on the Titans show. You got some Cobra Kai actors and all that. So, I mean, I don't care. I didn't care about a lot of this. My son's excited by this guy who plays the priest, Seth Gillum, and all that. So, take your cord if you're finished with what you're doing. He just popped in here. So, it's like, what do I do? You know what I mean? So, I'm looking at it. So I go over here. I need to go to artists. So there is a few people here. You got Bob Hall with his Moon Knight, Shadow Man, and look like some Batman stuff. So you got people here, and I was googling it or CLZ on my app. My son has a book he wants to sign by Joe Rubinstein here. He has a Web of Spider-Man 100, so he's gonna have that one done. So you got Joe, you got Pat Broderick, Sam De La Rosa, Mike Barron. I don't really have anyone by Mike Barron because it shows the way the Colorado Springs Comic Con does their things. They show in the background things the person's like known for or most famous for, like Joe Rubinstein here. You got the Infinity Gauntlet, the part 1 of the Wolverine miniseries that he had, and this is down there. So it's what they're most well known for. So I was able to Google it, or in a sense, well, use my CLZ search app. So I got a few options here, not many, to choose from if I still want it. It's not wrong to like The Liking Dead, my son here. It's not wrong to like it. I watched a few seasons myself. I haven't got nothing that pulls me to it. So there's other zombie movies that I like better than Walking Dead. Anyway, so let's go and share this. I'm going to stop share screen. I'm going to share this one. Yeah, here you go. So I'm bringing up my CLZ app, or no, CLZ here to look through some issues. So let me see. Let me bring up on another screen this fill here. That way I know if anyone's commenting, because I don't like sharing the screen because I lose sight. I lose sight of things. All right, there we go. So now I can see anyone if they're commenting. So wrong one. There we go. So like I said, we got well, we're gonna go with Joe Rubinstein, like I said, because out of everyone, so I know the best. Oh, don't give me that. I guess it's not working the way I wanted it to. Because I know I had other options on my app. Crap. See if I can find the solution here. Or at the very least. I guess I'll have to go on my app and just read it to you guys. So much for that video display. Anything else that can go wrong today? All right. But like I said, I had options. So it brought up, when I searched it on my phone, Joe Rubinstein, it came up with all the things he's a part of for it. Like I have things that popped up for action. I have one comic book for Action Comics Volume 1, 2 comic books for Adventures of Superman, 1 comic book for Adventures of Superman Annual, 31 ASM books. So he did books ranging from 202 to 408. You know, and I had a few options. Like Joe was the inker for this really cool cover of 270. He was also the inker for the first Silver Sable. So there's always that option. He was the inker for 258, where Spider-Man realizes the symbiote suit is alive and takes it off. And coincidentally, that's the first Bagman too, I believe. So then you got 259 when he's back in the older suit. And you got Mary Jane's origin story, the walk to the park. So that might be one to have, is have him sign that one too, possibly, because that is a 259 is a it's an essential book in a sense. It's not a huge key, but it's a Spider-Man history key in that regard. So I'll definitely say that as a possibility. You know, he did I'm not sure if this is first Puma or not, but 256, which might be the first Puma. But he was the inker for Captain America Annual number 8. You know, the Wolverine fighting Captain America cover. So that one in itself might be good. Now, I don't know if I had him sign it, I don't know if I have it graded, because that is when I found that book at the con last year, I had like 3 or 4 issues, but I bought the lowest issue or lowest condition one because I wasn't planning on having it graded. or having it graded at all. I just planned on having it in the collection because it was a cool cover. But I have to, like I said, have to consider having it signed if I wanted to. He did the Firestorm Nuclear Man, issue number 1. Cool cover. That one is a pretty high grade book that I have. I mean, I'm not very smart. Wouldn't be very smart if I didn't consider having him sign the Infinity Gauntlet. I mean, seriously. I have the Silver Surfer first appearance of the Infinity Gauntlet, so not to have him actually sign that book, if I had him sign a book, would be kind of foolish. And speaking of being foolish, what do you guys think? I have one issue of the Wolverine miniseries. I have number 2 here. Again, it's a mid-grade book, about a 5.0. So any of these books, I am not basically having graded for the value of the book. It'd be significance of the book rather than kind of a thing. So I don't know. I mean, issue 1 is a bigger book because of the cover too, but issue 2 is not as exciting. So I have no idea about that one. Like I said, my son's having Web of Spider-Man 100 signed, you know, which is a cool book. Now, the funny thing is, where is it? I had it up there for some. The funny thing is, I was very much considering having Gerry Conway sign the Superman versus Amazing Spider-Man, the Treasury book, the very first time Marvel and DC teamed up for anything. I had pretty much decided to have him sign that book. I had 4 books I was going to have him sign. And this is another reason why I was upset. Amazing Spider-Man 121, 122, and 129. If I saw sooner, I would not have cracked them. I would not have cracked those books because they were safer in the damn plastic than they were in the raw form. I would have left it there so I can lay it displayed on the wall. So there's another reason I'm not very happy with that. Just like, I mean, that's the only part of upset, otherwise, or angry upset. Otherwise, the rest of it is just, hashtag crying emoji upset. It's like, no, I waited 2 years for him to see him, and I can't see him. You know what I mean? So, but Joe is one of the mini inkers on the Superman and Spider-Man Marvel Treasury Edition number 28. So he's a part of that one. He's not the writer like Gerry was for the other one. He's just one of many inkers. But while I like having this book in my collection, both appearances of Superman and Spider-Man together in Treasury form, I need to have it signed by him just because he's there. Just, I mean, unless that book proves to be value if I look it up on the Key Collector app. I'm a little blurry. Let me see if I can change cameras real quick. Because I thought... There you go. Is that better, guys? Yeah, microscopically. Anyway, back to what I was saying. But, so I don't think I'm going to have him sign that one just because it's a Treasury book and he has it. Focus, damn it. Anyway. He was a part of a couple of spec Spider-Man books, but the only one I'd be interested in having him possibly sign is this one. And again, just to have him sign a book is not any reason to spend extra money at the con when I could take a lot of the money I was planning on spending and have it go towards more books. I've thought about having him signing one of the Marvel Comics versus DC books. You know, thought about having him sign that one, since he was the cover inker for that one. He'd actually be signing his own work there. You know, so possible to have him sign that one. I mean, I could have him sign. I mean, I don't think I want the others. You know, there's 3 or 4 covers, and the only one I'd be interested in signing is number 1. Again, number 1 because of number 1. There was one thing I thought about. I think that's it as far as he is concerned. Yeah, the Captain America Annual number 8, having him possibly sign the Infinity Gauntlet book. So that's 2 books there. And maybe the Marvel versus DC book, number 3, and maybe Wolverine, because I don't think Wolverine. Let me know down below. Would you have Wolverine number 2, or would you say find number 1 at the con and have him sign that if you're that interested in him getting the book, signing the book? You know what I mean? So there's that. So other people that are there are, like I said, Pat. I say Pat Broderick. I think I spelled it wrong. Yeah, I spelled Brokerick. My fat fingers. All right, he signed one book that I have. He signed this one, or he did this one. What if Spider-Man, or what if number 19? You know, Spider-Man had stopped the burglar who'd killed his uncle, or what? You know, what if Spider-Man never become a crime fighter? Now, the funny thing about this one, Pat Broderick and Joe Rubinstein had both did this one, so I could have essentially have a double signature with this book, as well as possibly. Let me look. I want to make sure I got this right before I just shoot off my mouth. But no, just that. So anyway, so as far as books go, having Pat Broderick and Joe Rubinstein sign this book, it's basically 2 signatures on one book. But again, it's a what if. It's a cool cover. It's a cool story, but I am not particularly. I cannot see myself spending the extra money on a book that's not going to increase in value just because, or too much in value just because they both signed it. So I don't think I'm going to have that one signed at all. Next up on the list that I got here. Oh, Sam De La Rosa. The guy, I think the Sam, you know, De La Rosa, obviously, if you saw his picture before when I shared it, if that name sounds familiar, he was the cover inker for Venom Lethal Protection number 1. Now, I considered having this book signed before I added one too many Gerry Conway books. So this book is possible to be back on the field, you know, because it's possible, like I said, I mean, it might be even cheaper with him on it. Now, it's also possible that I just don't have to submit these books right away. I can have these books signed and sent off to CBCS at a later date. They're just verified signatures instead of witnessed. De La Rosa also did a what if book for the cover inker. He did a what if the X-Men had died on their first mission. So not a book I need to have. He did the Web of Spider-Man 90 cover. You know, cover artist there, but again, he was I'm guessing he was a inker for 2 Amazing Spider-Man books, 352 and 403, but so no big books there. Iron Man book, no big book, no big deal there. So the only book I really would want him to sign is the Venom Lethal Protector #1. So that, again, might be interesting because it's not like I'm meeting Mark Bagley or David McElhinney. So he's still the cover inker. So have him sign it. You know. Next up, I think the last person on the list here that I was thinking about, seriously thinking about, I got Sam, did Pat, did Joe. Actually, that's probably might be about it because I don't see anyone else here. Unless I looked at somebody just right. Let me think here. Yeah, so don't have any more by him. Yeah, that sums it up. Oh, well, let's look for the fun. Let's see what this let's see what Mike Barron brings up in my he brings up one Punisher book, and it's a minor key. I'm not sure if it's the first fight, but it's a Batman, Punisher, and Daredevil fighting on the cover. He is the writer for that book. So it's a minor book in that regard, in other words. But so that's my that's ultimately what I'm looking at, guys. I mean, I am, like I said, I am not happy that I lost a chance to have Gerry Conway sign my books. You know, like I said, at the very least, I'm unhappy because of the fact that I cracked those open. Now, if I'd prepped like on Thursday night instead, you know, for, you know, kind of thing, prepped for the upcoming day, or even Friday before, because we're spending the night up there close to the con and all that, so we can wait in line to get in early and beat the line in. So if I waited until, you know, Friday or Thursday night to crack these books open, I could have double checked and seen. In fact, that's a rule for next time. Always double check right before the dang cons that the person's still there, and then I could leave it in there because, you know, I mean, at this point, it's like I give up. You know, I'm about to, you know, hey, Big Will, you know, kind of thing, you know, you're going to this con. I heard Gerry Conway is there. Can I send one of my books to you and you have him sign it and you know, send it back to me? You know, I'm literally there as far as I just want the chance to have this one book signed by Gerry Conway. I've had the rug pulled out for me twice now. You know, so it's like I need to send it into a signing, a signing thing to have a private signing. In which case, fine. If I had to, I'm just hesitant to try with with big books. You know, I'd almost rather try with a minor book so I can see the process working. So if I lose it, no big deal. But if I send these 3 books in, these ASM 121, 122, and 129 in, and then I lose them, I've never done this private signing thing before. I have no idea how it runs. I'm worried about sending in my books and losing them. I mean, I'm sure you guys out there who've done it before are probably rolling your eyes at me. Good-naturedly. I know you mean no harm by it. Going, just, dude, calm down. It's okay. No worries. But still, it's like, I had him. I mean, I had the chance to meet him. Well, if I don't, if I ultimately decide against signings, which I don't think I will, like I said, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have him sign my Infinity Gauntlet book. Pretty sure I'll have Joe Rubinstein sign 2 or 3 other books. Cool. And if I don't have anyone sign it, that's an extra $80 to $100 that I was going to spend for keys and other books there. You know, I've been basically prepping in a sense. I created a Mr. Comics method. Basically, I created, instead of basically looking on my phone or creating wish lists on my phone or things like that, wasting battery, I have a binder kind of thing full of lists of books, you know, key section, you know, I want these keys, checklists, basically. Like I got the Spectacular Spider-Man, all these Spectacular Spider-Man runs in here as a checklist. You know, I got a bubble and a picture of the book, you know, kind of thing, you know. So I got like 30 bubbles on a page, you know, kind of a thing. So I've been planning for a year since the last con for what I was going to do at this one. I disappointed at the finish line right there at the beginning. It's like, so, but again, if I wind up getting no signatures, maybe I'll just send books off to CBCS again. You know, maybe instead of submitting any signed books, I'll take my ASM 7 and 9 and dropping all off at CBCS to have them graded, because I want to get the first 10 books graded so they can be on the wall behind me. The first 10 ASM books. I want to have them done. Damn, why am I not focusing? I'm clear over here, but over here on the other screen, I'm blurry. Man, I need a better camera or something. I don't know. Anyway, again, if you have any books you recommend signed, you know, let me know what you guys think. Like I said, I took screenshots of books. Let's see. Oh yeah, another guy mentioned Keith Williams. I didn't mention Keith Williams. He does some stuff for Superman, Quasar, and Phantom. Now, Keith Williams, he was the cover inker. No, not the cover inker. He was the inker for Web of Spider-Man number 70 here. So I might have him sign that book because it's a pretty solid book, great book that I got. You know. Oh yeah, I also found Joe Rubinstein was a cover inker for Superman Volume 2, 123. You know, the first Electric Blue Superman. Now I'm thinking of having him. I thought about having him sign this one because this was stuff I looked up beforehand. Doing road errands, listening in, no problem. But to catch you up, like I said, Gerry Conway not going to be at the Colorado Springs Comic Con. I cracked my ASM books for nothing. And now I'm figuring out, do I have other people sign there? But one of the people I'm looking at, Joe Rubinstein, he signed this book. Now, I know some people don't like the Blue Superman, but I am seriously considering this book because I believe I had this book signed by the writer and Jurgens, or I didn't have it signed by him. I bought it signed by him. I need to find it in my collection. I think it's over there. Yeah, I think it's in my Superman box over there. So if I had him sign this book, then I get basically a double signed Superman book, basically of, you know, Death Superman and the first Electric Blue Superman. This is the glow in the dark one too. So, so let's see. Judging on the books that I have here, I'm thinking of having Joe Rubinstein, the cover inker for ASM 259. Like I said, not a huge key, not really a key at all, except not really a key at all. I mean, it's a minor key because Spider-Man goes back to the original suit after he, you know, his black suit was living in parasite. Because I consider 259 an essential Spider-Man book. You know, Mary Jane's story kind of thing, and you know, there's no action in it, but it's a very heartfelt, deep discussion book that's important to the character's story arc. So, thinking 259 signed. I could have Rubinstein sign the first Silver Sable, but I'm not, oh, I need to have that book signed kind of thing. You know, it's not like, I mean, supposedly, yeah, you know, Sony might be making a movie with Sable, but who knows what Sony's doing. Sony couldn't find water if they fell out of a boat in the Atlantic Ocean. Considering to having Rubinstein sign Captain America Annual number 8. You know, the famous Mike Zeck cover. I've dismissed the Treasury edition of Superman and Spider-Man that Rubinstein was one of the many inkers on, because I don't need to lug around that big of a book to have him sign, just to have a signed Treasury book. Considering to have Marvel or DC versus Marvel number 1, you know, I like that cover. You know, I like the cover for that one. He was the cover inker for that, so. Shop, if you're listening here, or since you're listening still, Joe Rubinstein did the Wolverine miniseries. It's one of the things he's famous for. The only one that I have in my collection is number 2, mid-grade 4.0, 5.0. Would you have it signed? The only one I would really be interested in having signed is if I had the first issue, or maybe even, I'm not sure I forget what the other 2 covers, the 3rd and 4th cover look like, but the number 1's is the really only huge one I would be wanting to get. You know what I mean? But hey, Kenneth, how's it going? Thank you for stopping by. But otherwise, I don't think it's a big enough book or big enough key to warrant Rubinstein signing it just to have him sign it. You know, I mean, it's much rather him sign the Superman book 123, the Electric Blue Superman, because he was a part of it. You know, and that book will be now double signed by the writer and cover inker. I would be kind of foolish, I guess, not to have him sign Infinity Gauntlet number 1. You know, story was a impossible headache to read. It was an impossible headache to read, but still, it was a famous, you know, Perez book too, Sterling book, Rubinstein. You know, you got 3 big names on that Infinity Gauntlet. You know, Jim Sterling, George Perez, you know, who we lost, and Joe Rubinstein, at least in my opinion. Yeah, Wolverine 1 would be great to sign. I don't have it, unfortunately. I mean, the only Wolverine books I really have are X-Men covers and Wolverine later series, but I don't have that first one. Now, if I found Wolverine number 1 there at the Colorado Springs Comic-Con, I might consider buying it to have him signed it, but I'm not going to spend $200 on that book, you know, a quarter or a third of my budget just to have him sign one book, you know. Pat Broderick was a penciler and was a cover penciler, the penciler inside, and Rubinstein did the What If Spider-Man 19, Spider-Man Not Become a Crime Fighter. But I've dismissed that one, other than a cool looking cover where Spider-Man's wearing a cape, you know. Web of Spider-Man number 70, the first Spider-Hulk book. You know, Keith Williams, the inker for that, will be there. I might consider having him sign that book just because I love that book. I love that cover. I haven't read the story yet, but I've read I've got the book just recently here. But damn it, Gerry Conway. So I'm seriously considering. Oh, and also Sam De La Rosa, the cover inker for Venom Lethal Protector number 1. I recently got this book back. Funny enough, I used to have this book signed in 9.4. I sold it like 3 years ago, and I hate myself for it now. I recently got it back. I might consider having him sign it. But So I'm considering Venom the Protector #1, Spider-Man 123, Infinity Gauntlet, I need to write the notes. I'm not gonna be able to keep a track of my mind. I'm already losing my mind. So let's see. Venom #1, the Superman 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna consider Captain America Annual 8. Marvel vs. DC #1, this book. Yeah, like I said, I'm considering it. Definitely considering it now. Now that I freed up 5 Gerry Conway books, because I basically had decided to have him also sign 149 of ASM and the the Treasure Edition book. So Marvel versus DC 1. And well, those are the bigger books there. Oh no, Infinity Gauntlet. So Infinity Gauntlet's gonna get, I would mark it as a star. Venom, mark it as a star. Superman, I'd mark as a star because of the possibility of having it double signed already by Jurgen, to have it double signed as well. Let's see. Yeah, I know. Just like seriously, if I just, and I will say that 80% and what pisses me off is that I cracked my ASM books. That's what I'm 80% upset about. No, it's about 50-50. I'll say it's about 50-50. I'm half pissed off that I cracked the books that were slabbed and protected, until I cracked them open to have them signed, because they weren't yellow labels, so I didn't have to worry about losing the grade. And then the other half is that I had a chance to meet Gerry Conway in 2020. Guess what else happened in 2020? The con he was going to be at canceled because everyone was going to die. So I waited 2 years for the chance to meet him again, and I'm going to have to wait even longer to try have a chance to meet him. At this point, it's seriously, I have to send my books into either private signing or say, hey, shop, you're going to the Chicago Comic-Con. He's there. If I send my book to you, would you have him sign it? I'll pay for it to be graded and signed, that kind of a thing. Here's the, kind of a thing. But seriously, though, I'm down to those 2 options. But anyway, so back to what I was doing. So unless I found a very cheap Wolverine #1, I'm not gonna have that one signed. Like I said, ASM 259, only if it's in high grade, because it's not an essential book. It's just a minor. It's not a key book, not really a big key book. It's a minor book that I would consider essential because of the story inside it. You got 258, when Spider-Man realizes, hey, I got a parasite on me. But again, nah, this is more money than it's worth to have it signed than pay to have it graded. And the last book, really, I have, because I don't want Silver Sable signed, even though I guess it'd be, it's just not worth it. Not valuable enough book to have it signed. But I might consider to have Web Spider-Man 70, the first Spider-Hulk, only because it's a damn cool cover. But yeah, so basically I'm down to like 4, 5, 6, 7 books I could have signed. Venom, Superman, Infinity Gauntlet would make the top 3 books to have signed. And I think the 4th one would be Marvel versus DC, possibly. because I know that Captain America Annual number 8 is a low condition book. I bought it low to keep it cheap, just to have that book. So, but the other books, Superman, Venom, Lethal Protection number 1, and Infinity Gauntlet, are higher grade books that I have. So, anyway, if anyone's watching this and has thoughts on the subject, please leave your thoughts below. You know, what books have I mentioned that you would recommend me signing? Or look me up on IG and talk to me that way. Voice your opinion. Hell, say, look for this book at con. Well, yeah, I plan on doing the recording thing here, so I do look forward to reading your it's out for delivery, so it actually should be here soon. So who knows? Maybe I'll find a book in your mystery box that's, you know, I saw like Nova number 1, and I take it it's the Spider-Man box that you had in your mystery box is all the Spider-Man books, so I doubt I get the first Carnage. You know, I'd list that one in the Spider-Man box. But there was a couple books in there I liked. You know, I can't think of them right now. If I can make it work, I want to show as I'm recording, you know, share the screen and show the books and point out, oh, I want that one, I want that one, I want that one. All right, here we go. So, yeah, so I do have your books to look forward to. So I just had to go live here and talk about this because it was just I mean, I seriously wanted to cry. No, I mean, you know the I mentioned the example earlier on. Like I said, when I saw at the end of that, when I was showing my son the website, so he could look at and see who was going to be at the con, I had the exact same reaction that Luke had when Obi-Wan Kenobi was killed on the Death Star. No, you know, I'm surprised stormtroopers didn't turn around and start firing at me. I was that audible. You could have heard me across the house. I was like, oh, no. But seriously, and if anyone out there, you know, any of my friends out there, are going to a con this year or next year, and Gerry Conway is going to be there, let me know. I'm seriously want to consider sending you my ASM 129 to have you to help me have that book signed. I seriously want that book signed. If it's the last thing I do, if I have to, I will buy that book signed off of eBay and bleed for it. But I want that book signed by Gerry Conway. I will not be denied that signature on that yellow label. I have to have that signature after these 2 years. Now it's a mission. My very first mission in the comics was to get a full run of ASM. My next mission now is to get a Gerry Conway signature on 129. If I have to sell one of my kidneys, guess what I'm doing? I'm getting that book. It's personal now. So take care, everyone. If I listed any of the books that you recommend I get signed by Rubinstein, Sam De La Rosa, or Keith Williams, Mike Barron, Pat Broderick, let me know. You know, hey Matt, this book by Rubinstein is a $10 book right now. It's a $10 book key that you can find at a con. It's worth a huge amount of money. Great in a 9.8. Look for a high grade. You know, give something to look for. I got a good budget this year, and I am looking to have a very diverse and robust comic haul. You know, not just, oh, I need these spec Spider-Man books, you know, or these Green Lantern books, or Miles Morales things like that. I'm not looking to have 50 books from the con this year and 40 of them be ASM. I want to get a bunch of keys. I want a key haul. So let me know what you guys think. You know, books I should look for at the con in general, books I should look to have signed. What would you recommend? Let me know. This was just therapy. This video was therapy, just to talk and figure things out. I need emergency plan B. So thank you guys for watching. Everyone who's chatted, looked me up, shop. Thank you very much for giving your opinions. I definitely Venom Leaf Protector number 1. I'm definitely considering it. Am I ignoring you, cat? Are you knocking on the door now? My cat Luna. She demands that I give her attention. Take care, everyone. Happy collecting.